Hello everybody and welcome to another Snapshot video. This version 19W14A had a huge focus on bug fixes. I've never seen a list that long, to be honest, and it seems like Mojang really wants to focus on polishing this version now, so it's getting ready for release. But this was still a snapshot, not a so-called pre-release, so I assume it's gonna take a few more weeks. We also got one new feature in the game. Cats are now able to respawn. Previously you could only get them with the world generation in one of those pre-generated villages, but now they would respawn, but not based on those pre-generated villages. Actually, the spawning is based on the player. So the conditions are that there are at least 4 occupied beds within a certain range of the player, and fewer than 5 cats also in a certain range around the player. Then the game would attempt to spawn, I think, a pack of cats every minute. So of course, first idea is to make a farm out of this, because cats actually drop string. This would be the world's most cruel string farm, but since the spawn attempt is only made every minute, it's probably not worth it. You can also get string peaceful mode from fishing, but in general it would be possible to make a peaceful string farm based on this cap mechanic. But who could harm those little kitties? So I'm not gonna make one. One more thing I noticed is that those cats would also despawn after a while if they wander too far away of the player, so I better tame them before they are gone. Another gameplay change in this version is that pillagers are no longer able to open doors. There were some issues with that mechanic, so the pillagers would open and close the same set of doors and basically would get stuck, and it seems like Mojang just scrapped that idea because they probably want to focus on getting the version out, and so they just scrapped that idea, it seems like. Then let's go to the bug fixes. So the first one I like quite a lot. So previously if you would sneak under a slab and then release the shift button, the player model would stand back up. And this is no longer the case, so you stay in that crouched position. Same happens also if you would use the elytra trick to fly under a one high block gap. You would stay in elytra mode and you wouldn't stand up. Then we have another bug fix. The speed at which the beacon beam would change its color is instant now. This was a problem for quite a while, that this was delayed. But now it's instant, and this would, for example, enable the possibility to make a light show with beacons. If you would wire this up with some redstone and pistons. So this could be quite interesting. Also, the endless story of the soul send in the 1.14 snapshot continues. This time at least you can power soul send again, so you can conduct power. What still is not working is placing rails or redstone components on top of the soul send. So we're still hoping this would get fixed, so we're back to the normal behavior where you are able to power soul send, mobs are able to spawn on soul send, and you can place rails and redstone components on soul send. I really hope that we get this behavior back in the final 1.14 release. Let's also quickly talk about iron farms. So no direct changes to golem spawning or the gossip system in this snapshot again, but we got an indirect change that would improve iron farm rates, because the spawn chunks are entity processing again. This is especially interesting on a server, but also for your single player world. You could build an iron farm again in the spawn chunks, and on the server would produce iron 24/7, or also in a single player world, while you're somewhere else in overworld, it would produce iron. So this will definitely help quite a lot. The downside is that the spawn chunks are now entity processing again, and you would try to make a mob switch, for example using shulkers, then you would get quite issues with lag, because those shulkers would be loaded as well. And having hundreds of shulkers loaded is definitely not something you want in your world. So mob switches are possible still, but quite laggy. Then we have another change. In last week's snapshot you were able to receive a tipped arrow with the luck effect from the Fletcher as a gift if you had the Hero of the Villager effect. This is no longer possible because there's also no crafting recipe for luck potions and arrows, so it's again not obtainable anymore. Kelp also now breaks similar to sugarcane, bamboo or a chorus plant, so one block per tick instead of everything instantly. Alright, so this was my selection of the most interesting bug fixes and gameplay changes. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next video. Bye bye.